straight Power Ranger convention, so it's a little different. It's good. It's good to see all the fans that are here for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers seasons and all that good stuff. We're missing Catherine over here. Yeah, Catherine. I'll pass the mic.
What?
You're the MC. You're the MC. Hi, I'm Catherine Sutherland. I played Cat on. And thank you so much for coming, everyone. Hey, everyone. I'm Tracy Lynn Cruz. I played Ashley. I'm so excited to be able to see you guys and talk to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Oh. Hello, everybody. I'm Nakia Maurice. Hi! Some of my Facebook friends, and I so appreciate you all. And you guys have been supporting my Crazy Days into the television festival. Please keep supporting it. If you don't know about it, I have a little tag thing over there that you can pick up. But thank you so much for being here.
Should that Barbie movie too?
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Blake Foster, and I play. My name's Steve Cardenas, and I don't know what I'm doing here. I do want to shout out all the Facebook fans too. Thank you guys for coming. I'm actually Blake Foster, and he's Steve Cardenas. Justin, the Blue Turbo Ranger. Thank you guys for coming out.
I don't recognize him. So I guess what we're doing is we need to, if you have questions, please go over to the questions section over here, and we have to screen them for some reason because Jason gets freaked out if you ask him questions. You all know, I'll say anything up here. You guys know that too. I get people in the back going, take the mic from him, don't say it. I listened to some of the sessions. Remember the recordings I used to play in the studio to you guys afterwards? I got some stuff with you that's, oh my god, we'd be in prison for that. Okay, so, questions, you gotta go over there and chat.
Oh, wow.
Or else we'll talk about Jason carving his name on my desk.
It's on recording. Should I?
Yeah, we're all saying that I'm into that.
Why is it blurry? Oh, it'll
Okay.
help.
My next fight will probably be either October, November, or December. There's 3 different ones I'm thinking about right now, so I don't really know. It's going to be before December, though.
Take all 3.
Thank you. I don't care if you screw the questions. Let's get some nasty, dirty ones. Who's got it?
Let's avoid that one.
Yeah, what's up? She plays Kimberly.
Wow.
Once again, Psycho Rangers. How was it fighting Psycho Rangers?
That was a lot of fun. I had a great time. It was something that we totally did out of the norm. I had a great time doing it, meeting the other cast, although we thought we were being replaced during that time. So there was a lot of speculation going on with the Psycho Rangers, but things ended up very well. We ended up keeping our job. Are there any other questions?
They're coming.
Alright, this is a question for everyone who was on Turbo. You know, in Turbo, I don't know if you noticed, but like you guys, whenever you guys were civilians, you would always have those big survival backpacks. And I was wondering, like, did you ever stop to think, why are we in the desert so much? Like, why was it that, like, every other episode of Turbo took place out in the desert?
I don't think it's appropriate for this panel.
Oh, okay.
It's more of a dino than
I remember we did that scene, and I was like, that flimsy little thing. I was pushing buttons. Yeah. with the water thing popped out. I was like, is this the water?
Yeah, I
It's
think I'm
like,
gonna
just pretend to drink it.
I understand. Well, you have to record
And
it
I'm
if you
so
don't like
thirsty
it.
like that. Prince got thirsty
Oh, hey,
like
there
this
you go.
much.
There you go. That's a lot better than me.
My question is for Jason. One, you probably heard a bunch. I haven't heard any answers to it. So, in Fighting Spirit and Dial Thunder,
See?
a bunch of us noticed that there wasn't the Red Turbo Ranger. My theory is, maybe because TJ was also the Red Turbo Ranger, maybe it was because that was the only one that you weren't solely that.
Yeah, that's probably it. Just like, here's the PowerPoint, man, let's go. Here's the PowerPoint. Yeah, probably because I wasn't, I didn't think about that one. No, that's not Dino Thunder, you mean. Dino Thunder, yeah.
My question was, why was the transition between Zeo and Turbo so rocky?
My job was to fix the stuff they had. I didn't necessarily get to make the decisions at that point as to the story arc. Probably because that's when I finally made the decision to start changing the cast every year. And so I think they just went for the whole different thing, and they just figured people would keep watching it. That's a million guess on it.
Hi, my question is for Jason Cruz. I was wondering how you felt about the Ashley Andrews relationship and why there was never a kiss.
Where's your accent from? Wait, where's your accent from?
I'm actually from Arizona, but not Arizona.
No, it isn't. Okay.
I'm just weird.
You've come to the right place.
Well, thank you so much for your question. Actually, there was a Ashley and Andrews kiss. It just ended up on the editing floor for whatever reason. So, yes, I have no idea where that footage is, but yeah, I was a little bummed myself because I think it definitely needed to be there. So, thank you for your question.
Well, it's official, unofficial. I mean, unofficial, official.
My question is for Jason Davis, right? How did you feel going from Mighty Morphin to Dino Thunder, becoming Dr. Oliver?
The difference working on that show was weird because when I went to that show, these kids were kind of young, like Emma and Kevin. Everybody was young, and they're like, "Dude, I grew up watching you." So it's kind of weird. These guys, we just kind of like worked, on the show. So we kind of grew when the show grew. But when I went there, they were like, "Wow, I was a big fan of yours," and that's the only difference. But it was all right. It was in New Zealand, and it was just I didn't like the food and stuff. But it was all right.
This is a lot better. This is a lot better. It's cooking.
I used to watch Tom and Jerry. But I also, as a kid, used to watch the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I know that's not a kid show, but that's what I enjoy. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to think back. I like the Transformer cartoons. Those are probably the things.
As a cartoon show, I liked. I hope this doesn't expose my age. Gem, if anybody remembers Gem. Okay, good. And as a show, I loved Punky Brewster. I could be her, so yeah. For me, cartoon would have been the Jetsons and the Flintstones, and then I love the Cosby Show.
Great question. Cartoon-wise, I love the Looney Tunes cartoon. Yeah. I love Johnny Quest. And let's see what else. I love Lost in Space. That was another one. Robbie the Robot. Who knew? So,
Favorite means one. I don't know. I had the grandfather in the crew here. I had to be Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Three Stooges. I got to work on Alvin and the Chipmunks before the Power Ranger started, so that's great.
I was trying to think the whole time. I was going to take his answers, but I'll leave his answers. I think the Knight Rider, I used to like the Knight Rider. When I was little, I saw the car at Universal Studios, and it was David Hasselhoff. Was like, I wanted to meet him and stuff, and I was a kid, and I was like, hey, David Hasselhoff, he just walked past me and blew me away. And so I did the Hollywood parade, you know, like, and all the actors were there, so I just pretend I didn't, ignore him. You don't even know who I was, but I was just like, remember when I was 8? I used to like the Knight Rider.
Mine was, my favorites were He-Man, G.I. Joe, and Rainbow Dash.
Mine was Power Rangers. And the A-Team.
Yeah.
Woo! Steve's not here, I'm Blake.
Did you feel underused during the Turbo movie?
Underused.
I felt a bit slighted, but hey, everybody got to meet Blake, so I think it all worked out for the best. So that's good. Anything smart has to say. So.
Okay. You know what? It's for me, it's a blessing because it's a way that I get a chance to meet people. I get to set an example and get to share that not all actresses are redheads. And it's just a great opportunity and it's a blessing. You might not want to put the butthead part in there.
I just think it's cool to show kids that you can really go after whatever you dream of, and I don't want to sound too cheesy or corny, but you can put your heart to it, and if you show other people, young people, that anything is possible, that they can do it too, and they go up and achieve their dreams.
I think the best part about being on the show was interacting with the Make-A-Wish Foundation children. That was the best. It was so humbling, and at the same time it was such a blessing to be able to be there and to talk to them and to inspire them. That was one of the best times that I can remember from that.
I totally agree. It was obviously working was fun, and the shooting and the publicity and all of the glamour of it was fun. But yeah, being able to touch people's lives like that and make a difference and inspire them was really such a blessing, and I really miss that actually. Well, I just have to say the same thing, that working with the Make-A-Wish and Starlight Foundation children that would come to the set was a very wonderful and touching and honoring moment to be able to give to these little ones that would come. And I just have a fun story. As Alpha, I was in my outfit and I had the helmet on, and I came over to meet a young person, and not thinking, I began to take my helmet off. And this little one started to get a little frightened because, of course, to that little one, I'm the robot, and I just didn't even realize. And but it worked out fine, and everyone was fine. But it was just, it was a really good, light bulb moment for me to not break the illusion and to help create and keep the illusion for the little ones coming to the set and visiting. And it's a very, very good experience.
For me, I remember a couple things stand out. It's hard, At first, being a role model to kids, everyone's like, it's got to be great, but there's a whole other side of it. I remember me, Amy, Dave, everybody went to this children's hospital. It's like a cancer hospital, and we were superheroes, We're like, they're heroes, and I would go in and meet little kids like him, and he'd be like, hey,